Everton will take on Blackburn Rovers this weekend, Ian, looking to build on a useful point at Villa Park.
Indeed, yeah, that was a very good point. I know Everton went into the game on the back of a defeat at Tottenham, but I think it was more the defeat to Bolton the previous week that were perhaps playing on the minds of the supporters. They weren't impressed with that at all, especially given Bolton's form. But Villa, it's a good point. You know, Everton don't have the best record against them, and of course it was the first sight they saw of the new signing Darren Gibson. Who I wasn't at the game, I was at the Liverpool game, but by all accounts Darren Gibson had a decent game, got the ball down, passed it around. I think that's something that Everton's midfield has perhaps been lacking since Mikel Arteta left in the summer. So it'll be a first sight for the home fans to see Darren Gibson in action. I mean, obviously the one player they won't be seeing is Yakubu, who, you know, since he left Everton has been excellent for Blackburn in terms of getting his goals, but managed to get himself sent off last week with a very uncharacteristic foul on, I think it was Danny Murphy at Fulham. Give himself a red card. If there was ever a time to not put in a foot-up challenge at the moment, it was probably last week. So he'll be missed, and that's a boost for Everton, of course, whose defence has been struck by a few injuries recently. Obviously there's no Phil Jagielka, Sylvain Distin, a few concerns still about him. He missed the game against Villa, and that meant a full debut for Shane Duffy, who'd been recalled from his loan spell at Scunthorpe. And I think, again, by all accounts, he did okay, Shane. So I can see perhaps if David Moyes has to put him in, I don't think he'd have any qualms putting him in. But maybe Moyes' main concerns, once again, unfortunately, is in attack. Very much the same story with Liverpool. Everton just haven't scored enough goals this season. Last week, Landon Donovan put a great ball through for Victor Anichebe, and Anichebe put it away well. But that's the second game, I think, second game this month where he's come off the bench and scored. And I think there's a very odd stat which sums it up, which basically says that no Everton striker that started a game this season has scored in the Premier League. All the strikers who've scored have it's come from players who've come off the bench, such as Velios, who he's fallen out of the frame recently. But no, Blackburn have the last 4 games, I think they've taken 7 points. Obviously they had the draw at Liverpool, they had the excellent win at Manchester United. Then I think they followed that up with, they got beat home by Stoke and got knocked out of the FA Cup at Newcastle. But the win against Fulham, especially down to 10 men, that was a good result. And Everton will be in for a tough game, but one that really they should be looking to win.